Hello, welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Now, this video is probably gonna get no views because you read the title. It's about books. It's about books you should read over the holiday break. And nobody reads books anymore, and I find that really sad because even though I am guilty of picking Netflix over reading, I still think that reading is very helpful, and it helped a lot of the basic skills that you need to be able to have, and I'm a big fan of it. I think that everyone should read. Now, I picked 8 books, and I could have picked 50 million, but I picked a really interesting, mind-grabbing book that I think a lot of people would enjoy, and only one of them has to do with Christmas, and it is a children's book. So we're just gonna start there, shall we? Now, if you are looking for a quick read about Christmas, then I recommend A Christmas Genie by Dan Gutman. I have given away most of my childhood books, but I cannot seem to get rid of this book. This book is so good. First of all, can you look at the cover, how shiny it is? It's just so festive. I love it. So this book is about a bunch of students in a classroom making wishes to a genie, basically. It's so good. I'm not even joking, and it's only 150 pages, and that might seem like a lot, but you can read this in like half an hour, because look, there's pictures and big print. You can knock this out less than half of a day. I really recommend this one. So this is a must read. Okay, so all the rest of the books are going to be more adult reading level. The Dan Gutman book was just a childhood book that I thought was really funny. So if you haven't read any John Green books, go ahead and read them. I own Fault in Our Stars, and I think that it's a great book to start off with because I have read that book so many times. It's so good. But recently I checked out Paper Towns. That's why I'm covering a bunch of stuff with it, and it is so good. I love this book. I recommend any John Green book. John Green, if you're watching this, which you're not, I love you. Now that we're more on the topic of YouTubing offers, I recommend Binge by Tyler Oakley. This book is so funny. You will laugh, you will cry. It is so good. Now, I actually got to meet him last year. It was the best and worst day of my life. It was the best day because I got to meet Tyler Oakley, but it was the worst day because the picture that was taken was awful and I looked like a troll. It was really, really bad. So I need to re-meet him and take a better picture. Anyway, this book is so good. It's about a bunch of different things. Honestly, I didn't know what this book was going to be about, but it's a bunch of random things about him that I love so much. And this book is actually pretty heavy, which I kind of like because I like feeling it in my hands. So, recommend this. It's a must-have. And just look at the cover. Isn't it amazing? Yes, it is. Another one that's sort of like an autobiography, like the Tyler Oakley one, is the I Am Malala book. I think that's how you pronounce her name. If I'm not, I'm really, really sorry. I think this book is so different than what most people read about. This story is very, very interesting, and her viewpoints from things are just not what I expected from seeing her on TV, and I really like this. This really opened my eyes up to a lot of issues, and this is a really great read if you're looking to be inspired. Her story is really inspiring. If you don't know it, she was a girl who got shot twice for not wearing her headscarf on a bus, which is really sad. And if you want to read more about it, it's all in here, and her writing is incredible. She has a way with words like none other, so I really recommend this book. It's pretty long, but you can get through it. This next book is more of a coffee table book, and it's the Lauren Conrad beauty book. I have a lot of coffee table books, but none of them stood out to me as much as this book did. This one was so good. I just genuinely agreed with a bunch of her advice in this book, and I learned a lot. And I cannot say that I have learned a lot from a lot of coffee table books, so thank you, Lauren Conrad, because I learned so much stuff that I still like used a bunch of the advice, and I read this book right when it came out, so I highly recommend this to read, and it's great as a gift. She never gets old. I love her. This next book I recommend is called A for Alibi, and I got it for my birthday, and I have never ever heard of this book, but I read it and I'm so glad I did. This is my new favorite mystery series. So it obviously starts out for A for Alibi and then it goes through the alphabet. This is about a girl detective. Like, this whole series is just about her and her life, and she solves different mysteries. This one is about a girl who had been accused of killing her husband, but she had to find the real killer, and that's where the detective comes in, the main character, and you're gonna love it. It's so good, and just like her personality is very interesting. I feel like in a lot of mystery books the personality is more like a Sherlock Holmes thing, but this is completely different and I love it, and it only took me about 2 days to read. Really fast read. I definitely recommend this. I have 2 more books left, so the next book I'm recommending is The Cellar. Now this book is very emotional, I'm gonna say. I read all the reviews on it and everyone's saying that they got terrified for the rest of their lives after reading this book, and that it really like screwed with them mentally, and so I went into this knowing that it was gonna be a hard time like reading it, and I read it and I'm so glad I did, because it was just so eye-opening, and I feel like it helped my writing a bunch of different ways. So if you don't know, this book was a Wattpad book. So the author, Natasha Preston, wrote this book on Wattpad, and she didn't expect it to get as big as it did, but now it's a hit book and I love it. So basically it's about a girl who got abducted, and the guy who abducts her calls her a name of a flower, Lily, and there's a bunch of other girls who are all named different flowers. There's Rose, and it's just about their life being stuck in a cellar, and Lily's boyfriend is always looking for her, and it's just about her journey with the guy that abducted her, and it's very sad and very emotionally pulling, but this book is really good. You have to read it if you're up for that sort of thing. And it's not like the happy book that you want to read around the holidays, but sometimes it's good to be reminded that the world is not always so happy all the time. So this book, love it. It's really good. The last book I'm recommending is one that I'm currently in the middle of right now, and this is Empire of Storms, and the author is Sarah J. Maas. This has quickly become one of my favorite series of all time. This is the latest one in the series. The first one is called Throne of Glass. And funny story, I've actually never read the first book in the series, which is Throne of Glass. I've read all the other ones and all the other like sister books and sister companions that had been the author had written about this book, and I have never read the first one in the series, which is really bad, and I will definitely go back and read that after I'm done reading the last book. So you should all start with Throne of Glass. It is really good. Basically, it is about a girl who becomes an assassin, and it's so much more than that. I just don't want to give any more away than I'm supposed to, because the evolution through this book is amazing. It's like a whole nother world. I have never read a book, a whole series like this, that has evolved the way that this book has. The evolution is just amazing to me, and that's not just because I'm like a book nerd. It's because anyone who reads this book will be absolutely fascinated, and I haven't come across anything like it, and it's my favorite series by far. So yeah, you have to read that. If I would pick anyone from my whole entire list, I would definitely pick that series, because it is so good. And even if you don't like fantasy, please give it a try, because it is so good. That is it. I hope that you got to the end of the video. Yes, I love all these books, and I hope that you take some time to read over the holidays, because people forget to do it because there's so many distractions. There's your phone, there's Netflix, there's TV, all of it. Just take a break and read a book. You know, a really easy thing to get in the habit of reading a book is just to turn off all your devices an hour before bed and spend an hour every day reading a book. That's it. And it really, really helped. It really relaxed you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Check back in tomorrow for another video and please subscribe. Love you. Bye.